Hey, this is Sully with antisocialnews.com. Today I'm wearing a CDL book club shirt from Laurel, Maryland. If you wanna give them a call, if you want to get your CDL license and you're in the greater DC metro area. Nice people. They've given me shirts twice, so you might see CDL book club featured on anti-social news videos again. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about what I want to talk about, which is ad hominem attacks. Ad hominem attacks do not help your case. Basically, an ad hominem attack is where you try to you're in an argument with somebody, and instead of combating what they're saying, you instead go, well, you're short. Or you say something like, well, you're an alcoholic. Or, you're racist. That's one. That's a big one. That's a big one on the left side. You can't ask questions. You ask a certain question. Well, you're being racist. It's like, no, questions are questions. So yeah, there you go. You got different concepts there. There's a new one too. The big alt-right one is to call people low T, low testosterone, and cucks. So if you get called a cuck or low T, you're probably disagreeing, maybe even disagreeing slightly with somebody from the alternative right. Now, I feel like this is something important to point out, that if you disagree with somebody even a little bit, they might throw one of these insults at you, which I think is very funny, watching some of these alt-right videos where they'll be butting heads with a Trump supporter. Like, they're a Trump supporter, and they're butting heads with a different Trump supporter over, maybe the alt-right person is there promoting racial identity politics, and the Trump supporter is like, hey, I'm here for Trump. What are you doing? And then of course, the person who's there for Trump, instead of being a white Trump person, all of a sudden is a cuck and low T. So it's funny to see that, especially since that's 100% baseless. There's no foundation to say, if you disagree with my point of view, that's an obvious sign that you have low testosterone. There's no science behind that. It was very reminiscent of kids in high school and college who would say, oh yeah, that person is a small dick. And that would really, really upset people if they were told that they had a small dick. It just confused me. I was always just kind of confused by it, because I don't. But I thought it was sort of funny that, like, people would say that and they would expect me to get really upset. But for me, it just sort of, like, enlightened me on what ad hominem attacks were, which are basically baseless attacks to try to invalidate your argument by demeaning you as a person in some way. But if they say something that's just not true, it sort of leaves you going, I don't get... So you have no argument then. And that's really what it would elucidate to me. And it hit me at a very young age that's, okay, now that the person has gone to trying to attack me physically, I can now tell that their argument is baseless. And they would keep saying those ad hominem attacks, thinking that, like, it would make it true. But it doesn't. No matter how much you want me to have a small penis, I don't. I'm not sorry, because I like my dick. So, yeah, there's that. I like my dick, and my dick likes race mixing. So I like my dick, and my dick likes race mixing. So that's Those are two big disappointment things for the 1488 crowd there. So, no matter how much you call somebody racist, even, just that's another one too. On the left, a big one is to say, "Well, you're a racist," which I remember being called that for. Oh gosh, what was it? Michael Brown. The Michael Brown situation. And it was because I didn't think that the footage at the gas station was edited. I didn't believe in a conspiracy theory that Hollywood level special effects was used to incriminate Michael Brown to help some podunk police department in Missouri get off from a racist hate crime of shooting an unarmed black man. I didn't believe that, and after seeing the video, the real video of Michael Brown acting violent towards a shopkeeper for no reason, I kind of thought maybe he would act violent towards a cop, because he appears to be a goony, violent person. And yeah, instead of acknowledging that there was violence, and there may have been a violent confrontation with the police officer, I was just, "You're a racist, how dare you, you're a racist." And it's one of those things, I'm really not. I mean, if you can't tell by the fact that my first video, which took on the concept of racial identity politics, got blowback from white supremacists. I'm not racist. I literally am not racist. I do not think that people should be defined by race. I am classist, because I think you should be defined by what you do. And I am a patriot. I definitely am an America first guy, you know. I shouldn't say America first because of the 1930s implications, but I am a red-blooded American. So, but yeah, there's no racial identity politics mixed in there. So basically, when the person started saying that, it was just like you have a small dick thing. I was basically like, oh, well, now I see that the person arguing with me has no argument, because they're saying something about me that's just flat out not true. And that is the truth. They had no argument, and my point of view was proven right in a court of law with federal oversight. So there's that. Alright, I have talked about ad hominem attacks, how they do not help your case, so avoid the ad hominem attack. Instead, actually try to learn from the person you're talking to. After you learn from them, then maybe figure out where they're coming from. Maybe they have a point in some respects, and in other respects, you might be able to bring your facts into the situation and smash them. But remember, you can only smash people with facts. You can't smash people with opinions or ad hominem attacks. This has been Sully from antisocialnews.com, and I have put my camera at a very weird angle, so I don't know if this is going to be a thing. It's probably going to be the last time I record here at my undisclosed secret location, and it's probably going to be the last time I recorded this specific angle. This is kind of that's a good angle for me. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh. Oh, Conan, what is good in life? Oh, sorry. Just fucking around. Alright, this has been Sully telling you the Fuck the Collective perspective on ad hominem attacks on the right and the left. And just remember, don't be racist, don't have low T, and have a big dick. Oh wait, that's not... that wasn't the moral of this. Sorry. don't do ad hominem attacks. That was it. All right. Cheers.